Okay, so let's continue with what we had finished yesterday. Yesterday we had discussed MDAR, okay, audit and footnotes. So today we'll discuss internal control. What is internal control? Let's start with it. Okay. Internal control. Internal controls, as the name suggests, there are some controls established in the organization, within the organization, which ensure that the financial statements present a true and accurately, true and fair, to be more precise. So these controls ensure the reliability of financial statements. There is no rocket science behind these controls. With some basic controls, I'll just give you an example of an internal control. If suppose I put up a staff, okay, so he takes the student's fees, okay, if any student gives cash, sometimes students give cash. So let's say for your course, let's say the fees are 32,000, a student gives cash, okay, and I have put up a responsibility on him that you record it in the books of accounts. He'll only record it in the books of accounts. So as in, I have a software which is operated through mobile, so he'll record the fees of the students on the mobile itself, and he'll also take the follow-up of the student if suppose some student doesn't pay any fees. So in terms of accounting, I don't have any you can say involvement in this department. So I am not at all bothered with whether a student is paying fees, whether he is paying it on time, whether he is paying the full amount or not. So if this person decides to to have a fraud in the organization, what he'll do is he'll take 32,000 cash from you and he'll tell to me that the student has given only 16,000 rupees, and what he'll say is that the student will give 16,000 after 1 month. And suppose if you loyally put 16,000 in the next month itself, so now you will have a doubt, what's the problem in it? He took 32,000 right now, but 16,000 he told you that student fees has come, and in the next month he is giving you 16,000. So what is the problem? The problem is that is not his money. If suppose the student gives 32,000, he is not supposed to take it, and suppose even if he takes it, what is the guarantee the next month he'll pay? This month he'll do it, but once the fraud is more, he gets more interested in doing frauds, so the higher will be the amount and the chances will be lower that I'll get my money. So the problem I did here is, which you can also observe, I gave him a responsibility of collecting fees, I gave him a responsibility of recording fees, and I also gave him a responsibility of taking follow-up of the fees. So three roles, one person, obviously there will be a blunder. So responsibilities are supposed to be managed properly. Otherwise, the organization will tank. So internal controls ensure that you don't have such a bad problems. So these controls will establish that the financial statement is accurate. Okay. So internal controls are responsibility obviously of the management. As the name suggests, this is whole and sole responsibility of management. For publicly traded firms, yesterday I had taken an example of Apple. I have just opened it again. Okay. In the United States, obviously, the auditor expresses an opinion on firm's internal controls. He has to report an opinion. He has to give an opinion on internal control. Yesterday we studied that an auditor gives opinion on the financial statements also. There were four opinions. First was unqualified, that is a clean report, that is everything is good. Second was qualified, that is majority areas are good, there is no problem, some areas are problematic. Next was adverse, that is majority of the areas show grave concerns. And last is disclaimer of opinion, that is he cannot give an opinion as to true and fairness of the accounts. So disclaimer of opinion was last, that is he is not able to form an opinion. So these were the opinions of financial statements. Plus, he has to give opinion on internal control also. So the opinion states like this: we have audited the Apple's control, internal control, according to the criteria established. Okay. See, this is the main committee. Okay, Committee of Sponsoring Organizations of Trade May Commission. You call it as COSO. COSO. Okay, so committees of sponsoring organization of Tradeway Commission. So this is an organization. They have mentioned some standards of auditing in terms of internal control. You have to follow them, especially in US. Okay, so they have maintained all the framework, all the guidelines issued. The Apple has maintained. We have also audited in accordance with Public Company Oversight Board (PCAOB). It will be somewhere mentioned in your book also. The consolidated balance sheets and the internal controls are proper. First they have to give an opinion, and second they have to give why their opinion is like this. So they have to give it in depth why they are stating that everything is good, so they have to mention it. Okay, so an auditor must also contain a section called as key audit matters. Okay, let's see if they have mentioned it in this report. Key audit matters. Let's check it out. So it may not be also coming. Okay, so key audit matters are also to be mentioned as in what exactly you have audited and which highlights the choices that are of great significance to the users. So the users will be obviously people like us who are interested in investing in a company. You may have a portfolio, may not have a portfolio. I don't know if you know portfolio. Portfolio means you have bought shares of various companies. Okay, so every normal rational person when he is of 25 years has at least bought one share. If you haven't, it's right time to buy because the stock market is comparatively down as it was 2 years ago. So this is the right time. So every person somewhat has an idea of financial statements because investor first checks whether financial statements are according to his liking or not. Okay, these would also include accounting choices that require significant management judgments and estimates how significant transactions were accounted for. Okay, so internal control also reflects significant accounting transactions. Significant, that is having a huge impact. I'll tell you practically. Okay, just one moment. There will be some significant accounting transactions. Okay, certain relationships, even these come under the significant accounting transactions. Okay, we can see this is controls and procedures, so it will be okay. So significant accounting transactions, some accounting transactions. Okay, see, they have given an executive compensation, security ownership of certain beneficial owners, principal accounting fees. Okay, so they have to mention significant accounting transactions which have a huge impact. Let's say if Apple decides to buy a plot of land in India worth 200 crore rupees, you will say 200 crores is not a big deal, but for Apple 200 crores, especially just buying a plot of land in India, that is a huge investment. All right, so they have to state that. These will include, okay, for all the choices the auditor finds especially challenging or subjective. Okay, and auditor also has to report some areas which he found quite challenging to check, to verify. Okay, and he has to report and he has to give a probability whether these concerns, whether these areas which he found challenging represents a likelihood of mismanagement or there is something fishy going on here, so he has to state that. Okay, next we will study identify and describe information sources that analysts use. Okay, so right now in FRA your role is as an analyst. You are analyzing the financial statements, you are checking whether the financial statements are according to the norms, are according to the accounting standards, are according to the internal controls which they are supposed to be. Okay, besides the annual financial statements he should also examine quarterly and semi-annually statements. Obviously quarterly means 3 months and semi-annually means 6 months. So if you go on to the Apple side, in the investor relations, okay, I had been into SEC filings. Okay, so there will be some section for quarterly filing. See, okay, just let's go here. Okay, so the net is crappy. Yeah. Quarterly filings. Okay, so if you go on to the quarterly filings, every public listed company has to file quarterly filings, that is after every 3 months. See the gap here. So these are okay, May 1, Jan. See the gap. It is filed every 3 months. Why it is? Because if there is any mishap going on after 1 year, if you got to know something is problematic. Let's say if you don't like my classes and after giving CFA level 1 you decide that my classes were not worth it, but is it the right time to decide that? No, you should have got that decision after giving 3 or 4 or 5 lectures, whatever. You cannot expect after, even after giving CFA level and after 2 months you will say no, the lectures were not good. This cannot happen because you will be wasting time, you will be wasting money, and your attempt will also, if you didn't like it, you will not be involved and you will not pass. So you have to take that decision swiftly. So to so that the frauds won't happen, these quarterly statements are needed so that investor takes a educated decision, rational decision. Okay, these interim reports typically update the major financial statements and footnotes but are not necessarily audited. As we had studied, footnotes are not necessarily audited. Sometimes footnotes are not audited because auditors ignore them. Auditors, some, obviously the report is 100 pages long, you cannot expect the auditor to completely verify everything. So Let's go on to the next. SEC filings are also available from Edgar. Okay, so electronic data gathering, they have a site sec.gov, or you can directly go on to the site of any company. They'll show you forms 8K, 10K. See, these are quarterly filings are form 10Q. We'll check any other forms 8K, 10K. The 10K is annual return, right? The this is form 10K. This form is 10K. Okay, so there are various forms. I'll just read it meanwhile this is loading. These include form 8K when company buys acquisitions. So see 8K, right? If the company has acquired something, they will file form 8K, and 10K is for annual statements generally. We'll open it. Okay. Okay, such as acquisitions or disposals or changes in management or corporate governance. So huge changes if they take place, this is in reported in form 8K. So 8K reports if you have bought something, if you have sold something, if the management has changed, or there is some significant reporting transactions. Okay. Okay, so financial statements, exhibits. Okay, they have sold something. See, this is the principal amount. They have sold some notes or something with Goldman Sachs. Okay, so corporate reports. You can study this. This is all in public information. Just Google Apple. Apple annual returns or Apple financial statements. You will get this all data. Next, we'll go to proxy statements. Proxy statements are issued to shareholders when there are matters that require shareholder vote. Okay, so as you must know a bit about company, shareholders are the true owners of company, right? Shareholders are the true owners of company. So these obviously vote like we choose the president or prime minister of any country. Accordingly, the company's management is also our decision. Who are we? Shareholders. So if shareholders are supposed to vote, but right now you know the corona pandemic, if suppose I buy Apple shares, you cannot buy shares directly in India. But suppose if I'm in US and I buy Apple shares, it may not be possible for me to attend the general meeting. So I may decide instead of me, my friend will go to the meeting and he'll vote on my behalf. So this is called as proxy. So what is a proxy statement? If you might be knowing this in college, जब तुम स्कूल में sorry स्कूल में नहीं college में थे, so attendance when you didn't used to go when the compulsory lecture was there and you used to tell your friend कि मेरा भी attendance लगा दे, मेरा भी present ही लगा दे. That is exactly proxy. Proxy as in you are not personally being present there. You are giving a permission, a written authority to someone else, and he'll attend the meetings and he'll vote on your behalf. Okay, so proxy statements are issued to shareholders when shareholder vote is required. These statements are also to be filed with SEC. They are again available on it also. Information about election of board members, compensation, it all states about who the management is, how much they are being paid, what is their track record, whether they are being issued any new shares or not. Okay, so these statement will include everything. Corporate reports and press releases. Even you can in the Apple site, okay, you can check press releases. So any new updates, Apple just cannot give a WhatsApp like this is a new update on everything like we roll out. They cannot do that. So they have to publicly list something on their website and also on the SEC website. So that is called as press release, which they give to the press media. Okay, are written by the management and often viewed as public materials or sales materials. So the press releases are just a management sales promotion ideas or a gimmick. Okay, not all material is independently reviewed. I'll say not at all. The auditor doesn't had has any concern with the press releases. He is not liable for checking the press releases. Okay, such information can be often found on the company's website. Firms often provide earning guidance before the financial statements are released. Okay, so the management usually provides a data about what their outlook is for the financial statements which are to be presented in a day or two. They give some brief ideas what they are expecting in the future. Okay, so these are just press releases. These are not financial statements. Once an earning announcement is made, a conference call. Okay, so that is the thing. An analyst should also review pertinent information in economic conditions. Okay, every of these rulings or every of these forms is somewhat audited. Okay, these documents, especially the 8K and 10K form, these are supposed to be properly checked, thoroughly checked. Okay, and also compared to the industry. Now, Apple's filing should be compared with Microsoft because both are similar companies. Microsoft doesn't produce mobile phones, but at least Mac and everything you can get a percentage idea of how Microsoft is earning in terms of desktops. Okay, If you want to compare percentage of profitability on mobile phones, you can compare the data of Samsung. Okay, the percentage of profit, the net profit is somewhat similar. It may be a small difference, but it's somewhat similar. You can check that. Okay, so that is an analyst scheme. Let's discuss some last concepts. The steps in financial statement analysis framework. So let's see the 6 steps. First is state the objective and context. Determine what questions the analysis seeks to answer, the form in which information needs to be presented, and what resources are available to perform. Okay, so first of all, you need to determine what analysis is needed. What shall be the form? What is the objective behind this? If suppose you are viewing the financial statements, why are you viewing it? Are you looking out for investment opportunities, or are you looking out for loopholes, or are you a government? So objective is changing. The financial statements remain the same, but the eyes through which you check out, the brain you apply always changes. Gather data. So you'll acquire the data from all the sources. Majority are public sources, and if you want more information, you can go on the SEC website for US companies. Okay, gather the data, acquire the company's financial statements and other relevant data on industry and economy. So you'll acquire the data, ask questions on company management, suppliers, and everyone. Next, process the data. Just getting this data, as in if I just open it and I'll give you an homework, you study the whole financial statements, you will know nothing right now. So you have to find out the relevant clauses, like I showed you the internal control clause, because the whole financial statements may not be needed for your work. You have to find out what's relevant for you, what's needed for you. Okay, so process the data, you will calculate the ratios. There is a chapter separately for ratios. Okay, analyze and interpret the data. So this is your data, this will be your raw data. You will analyze whether the company is worth investing or not. I'll just give you an example. I had made an analysis of one company. Just I'll give you an example, 1 minute. Yeah. So I had made a due diligence report quite a while ago. So due diligence report, what they are saying right now is you have to interpret the data. So I had got a data from a client that there was a financial statements and he was supposed to invest around 25 lakh rupees, whatever that is in dollars. And he was supposed to invest that, and he was asking as an from the eye of an analyst whether is should he invest that money. Okay, just 1 minute, sorry. Yeah, as I said, that 25 lakh rupees were supposed to be invested in the company, and whether he should invest it or not was the question. Okay, so I had jotted down the points of 15, 16. I had reported that there is no independent director, the company does not own any premises, blah blah. There were so many things I had taken out, and I had made an opinion whether 25 lakhs is supposed to be invested or not. So this is just analysis. I got a data, I just got raw data, I studied the financial statements, I made a conclusion out of it. So this is what an analyst is supposed to do. So reporting the conclusions, prepare a report and communicate to the intended audience, whatever your client is, or be it the shareholders. Be sure to report and dissemination comply with the code of standards. So the way I had made it report, it was not just कुछ तो भी लिख दिया, ऐसा नहीं था. It was according to the auditing standards. Okay, and last is update the analysis. And once you make an analysis, you have to continuously update it, because times change, facts change, circumstances change. Okay, so these are the 6 steps. First, you should identify your objective, why are you analyzing it. Gather the data. Okay, process the data, compile it, interpret the data, analyze the data, report the conclusions, and update the analysis. Okay, so I think so this might be the end of reading 19. Okay, there are some key concepts left. Okay, so the key concepts, I think so, no, that is done. That is done. The key concepts are just a summary of what we have studied. We had studied A to F points of the 19th reading. Okay, so the 19th reading is done. From the next lecture, we'll start with the 20th reading. Okay, so what we'll do is from the next lecture, financial reporting standards. Okay, I'll just give you a brief idea what the standards will be, and then we'll end our lecture. Okay, what the standards will be. Suppose now if you want to check financial statements of any company, whatever company you want, okay, we took an information. See, this was for Apple, right? That this was for Apple. Okay, let's go on to the financial statements. Just a minute. where it was 10k from 10k. We'll open form 10k, okay, annual report, and we'll study Microsoft. So I'll open it so that time won't be wasted. Okay, so this is the financial data of Microsoft. Again, what we had seen here in Apple. If you remember, same things, revenue as in the sales, then gross margin, that is after reducing the purchase items. This is your operating income after every expense, net income, earning per shares. Okay, so this is again in millions, million dollars. Okay, now if they didn't had the same format, there would have been reporting differences. If suppose you are an investor and you are deciding in which company you are supposed to invest, okay, do you want to invest in Apple or do you want to invest in Microsoft? Or for example, if you are a trader in India and you are deciding in which company to invest, be it Microsoft, be it Tata Motors or be it Mahindra and Mahindra, the share prices are different, but the reporting should be similar. Okay, so Indian companies, the data is not so public because you are supposed to go to the MCA 21 website, but in US it's quite easy. Okay, so if you want to view the data of two companies and if you are confused in which company you are supposed to invest, like take for example, if I am also taking CFA classes and you if you decide to join another class just for demo lectures, if he is teaching altogether from a different material, if he is teaching altogether a different reading, he is not teaching FRA, he is teaching some other subject. Okay, now you will be confused who is better. But if he's teaching FRA, if he's teaching from the same notes, you will get a clear idea who is better and whom you are comfortable with. So that is what investor looks out for. And the main thing is financial reporting standards, because we know the importance of financial statements, so they should be comparable. That is, two companies' data should be comparable and you should be able to take a common decision out of it. So in the next reading, we'll just study this financial data. The standards, they are International Accounting Standards (IAS), and the board which oversees that is IASB, International Accounting Standards Board. Every company doesn't follow IAS because companies have to change the international standards to some extent. If you take for example a burger from US, or best example is Subway. When Subway was initially started few years back, it wasn't a huge hit. It was flop. Why? Because the product they were serving was too much Western. There was no Indian touch to it. Desi kuch flavor tha hi nahi uska. After a few years, they adopted the Desi mode like see McDonald's. Aloo tikki. Do you think aloo tikki they serve in US? Okay, so you have to make some changes, some flavor additions according to each country. So international accounting standards are not exactly applied to every country in the same way. They have to make some changes according to their own environment. So we are not supposed to study each country's independent accounting standards. We will just study the broad standards of what happens throughout the whole world. Okay.